You are now listening to CTR Media Network.
What up, family? CTR Media Network. Yeah. Best in the biz. Yeah. Join the team. CTR is who we are, the media network, that's the best by far. Whether you listen at your home, at your job, in your car, come get the information that's needed above all and everlasting. Motivational podcasting, giving you the answers to the questions that you're asking. Serious talks and topics, how to come up and profit, how to better yourself, your health, and see if we
the podcast on CTR Media Network.
That's me. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks to her, my podcast is doing great.
350 million, they tuning in. We in 50 different countries, we all can. And like-minded, find your purpose and your assignment. Come get your fix, your feel, your mental alignment. Get active and speak to the masses. Build your influence, all levels and all classes. Now you know you can monetize and grow. CTR Media Network, start the show. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR is who we are. The media network, that's the best by far, you know. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com. Our CTR Media Network sponsors. A special thank you to our gold sponsor, Terry Coleman from Global Key Capital. Global Key Capital is a lender specializing in customized financial solutions. They pride themselves in being one of the industry's most reliable and proven lending groups. At Global Key Capital, their customers are their number one priority. They strive to provide their clients with competitive pricing, unbeatable customer service, and stress-free processing. So if you are in the market for your next dream home or investment property, give Terry Coleman a call or simply visit their website at www.globalkeycapital.com. A special shout out to our silver sponsor, Business Course Academy. At Business Course Academy, they provide business education digital courses for its participants with the tools and knowledge needed to compete globally and build generational wealth. Everyone needs a map to reach their business goals today, and they have an exceptional business course creators and coaches on their team with over 30 years of experience ready to help you because they have worked with multi-million-dollar agencies as well as startups. So if you're looking for your next business course, go to businesscourseacademy.com. Thank you for your support. Thank you to our CTR Media Network sponsors. To learn more about our sponsors and CTR Media Network, go to ctrmedianetwork.com. The Homeschooling Interactive Magazine is a magazine that embraces and celebrates the entire homeschooling experience. Our magazine is different from all the rest because we provide beneficial information and assistance in homeschooling, business, wellness, mental health, resources, and life. We encourage you to pick up a copy of our magazine today on Amazon.com by simply searching the Homeschooling Interactive Magazine. The Homeschooling Interactive Magazine is all about impacting the world through home-based learning, helping to de-stress the homeschooling experience. Get your copy from Amazon today.
comments are in, and they look pretty good. Hey fam, thank you so much for watching. Our sponsors. The Finkley Experience, an educational consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education and which prepares high school students for college. For more information, visit their website at thefinkleyexperience.com. Fathers to Father Incorporated, a nonprofit organization that strengthens families through father engagement with a goal to help men in our communities to be great dads. For more information, visit their website, fathertofatherinc.org. Ablaze Entertainment. The goal of Ablaze is to take emerging artists and develop them to the next level of their career. For more information, visit their website at ablazeentertainment.net. Thank you.
I am Harley Wallen, and you are watching The Michael Finkley Show.
On the next Michael Finkley, the co-hosts of the live daytime talk show are here. Lisa Cook, Patricia Whitfield, and Tanisha Gregg Stewart as they talk about their amazing platform, the future, and so much more. Next Finkley.
It's my biggest dream come true. Hold on, hold on. It's my biggest dream come true.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Michael Finkley Show. Thanks for joining us today. Yo, I love when I meet persons that are doing the same thing I am. So, social media talk shows or podcasts or whatever that may be to reach an audience, to encourage them, to just make life a little bit more interesting, positive along the way. And so when I first started, I couldn't find anyone that was doing what I was doing or in the realm that I was wanting to do it in. And so I just started. And so as time went on, I started to meet these different individuals. And we've kept in contact and we have, traded ideas. We've been on other platforms and it's just been an amazing ride. The support system has been fantastic. And I tell you, this individual show that's on my show today, they're great. They're great women looking to make a difference in the lives of others. And I'm talking about the ladies of the Life Daytime Talk Show. And they are fantastic. They are stupendous. They have a great chemistry together. And y'all, the list goes on and on and on. So if you have not watched it, take a look at this clip.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Life Daytime. I'm your co-host, Tanisha Gregg Stewart. I'm Lisa Cook.
And I'm Patricia Whitfield.
And we say welcome, welcome, welcome to another jam-packed show.
A lot of new things have been going on in our personal lives as well. I know me personally, this past weekend, I decorated my first wedding, so I'm super excited about that. Look my page up if you need a decorator. If you're in the Louisiana area, it's AMP Events.
All right. Now, was she a bridezilla? She might be watching, so just whisper in my ear, was she a bridezilla?
Told you, didn't I? Oh my gosh, again, they are fantastic. And they're here with us today, so Pink Fam, don't go away. The ladies of the Life Daytime Talk Show. Back in a moment. Next, we have the ladies of the Life Daytime Talk Show. Back in a moment.
Hey there, Fink Fam. I'm Skip Robinson, fitness model, pro bodybuilder, black belt martial artist, AARP member, guitar hack, and frustrated cowboy. I'll expound on that and a lot more on The Michael Finkley Show, and I'll see you then.
On the next Michael Finkley, gospel artist Tanya Caesar is with us. Next Finkley. Hello everybody, it's Finkley from the Finkley Experience. We're an educational consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education. So we assist students with their college and career endeavors. We train school administrators on the state of first-generation students. And also, we partner with colleges and universities to assist their first-generation population for easy transition from high school to college. So if you're looking for a presenter or speaker that presents on these topics and so much more, visit our website at thefinkleyexperience.com and learn about all that we do. We're looking forward to working with you. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Now, y'all, my next guest, they are the co-hosts of the live daytime talk show. We have Tanisha Gregg Stewart, Lisa Cook, and Patricia Woodfield. How are you?
Hi. We're great. How are you?
I am super, uber, duper fantastic. I get to chat with the life. Listen, y'all bring life. Listen, life. I love it. I love it. I love it. I have been watching you all. I feel since the beginning, like I saw you on social media and just your formatting, your conversation. It's just so inspiring, uplifting. And these are things that we talk about each and every day. So it's very relatable as well. So thank you for answering the call, coming into entertainment, and bringing us these awesome shows. So thank you so much, ladies. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for having us on.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And in the future, you can come on anytime. Listen, I could come to Louisiana. We could do some live stuff.
I get some good crawfish.
See, I'm trying to lose weight. I see. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I must ask, Tanisha, where did the vision come from with this amazing talk show that you all have?
Well, we are just instruments in this bigger scheme of things. Reese is our executive producer and visionary, who you've been communicating with. She is the one, right? Quick shout out. She is the visionary. She's the mind. She's the brain. She's the leg, arm when it comes to this creation. So she thought of us. You know, she thought of us. We did not know each other before. So a lot of people don't know that, but she had this vision to bring awareness, women power, however you say it, platform for women like us, women of color, women that are doing it, that are moms, wives, single women. You can relate, like you said. So this is her vision. So we're just walking the vision with her. So we're excited. We're honored to be here tonight.
Oh my word. And what a vision. I didn't know that you didn't know one another.
No,
oh my gosh.
Never met. Almost like a blind date in a weird way. We've been together for how many months? But we never met before.
Wow. Y'all gel together so well. It's like y'all been knowing each other all your lives, your sisters, you bring it all together, and that's what it's supposed to look like. Lisa, when you sit down with your co-host, your fellow co-hosts of this amazing show, what is your expectation each and every time a conversation starts or that camera turns on?
Ooh, just to kind of vibe with each other, just like you said. It's just, you know, it's a camaraderie, it's a sisterhood. It's what I prayed for, to tell you the truth. When this whole thing came about, like she was saying, it's Reese's idea. And the more she talked, I was just like, you know what, this could be big. This could be big. Because I mean, you got 3 women, like she said, of women of color, women that are doing things other than this right now. We're doing our own, performing our own lives, where we have families, we have husbands, we're doing other things. So I think that we could be instrumental to women and people in general.
Yeah. And that you are. And what I've learned in this industry, that within television, social media, talk showing, all that kind of good stuff, is that not only are we inspirational to the persons watching, but we're inspirational to ourselves as well. Yes, like every time I turn that camera, I'm like, I want to learn something too.
Exactly. We were talking off camera that I was like, I think I might have, something literary in me, because I'm inspired by Tanisha and Patricia. They've done things, writing books, that kind of thing. I said, I might have something in me. It's my inspired.
You do. Everybody got a new book. Everybody.
As my grandmother used to say, she used to be the president of her missionary department in church, and she would always say to the ladies, we're working together in love. And that's what it's all about. What's to jail? on one another. You know, bring out something maybe I didn't see myself before. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about. Patricia. Now, when people look at your show, they may say, oh my gosh, I feel The Real, right? The Sister Circle, or, you know, The View, The Talk, you know, all these different shows. What sets you all apart from those other shows that may look like what you're doing?
I think mostly what set us apart because we're all Black cast. You know, other shows, they have Black cast members, but we're the only one that it's just all us. It's just all sisters, all love. And I think what else brings our viewers in is our topics. Like, we're not afraid to talk about anything that happens in the world, happen in the workplace, happen in friendships, in marriage, we talk about it. A lot of people kind of tiptoe around things because they're afraid to be canceled, but I feel like us, we kind of nail in and drill in on different things that other shows kind of don't touch on.
And what are some of those things? Anybody can answer this question, but what are some of those things, those topics, the persons that may not have watched your show before? What are some of those topics that you talk about?
Recently we just talked about gun violence and gun safety and rape. I mean, we had a lady here that was attacked in a park. So that's something that happens across the world, but some people don't like to talk about it because of the emotional trauma that comes along with that. We have even dug into our marriages and played different little games that I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna kill my husband. Because them answers was bogus. Like, we headed to divorce court because why you wrote that down on that paper?
That's so crazy. I love it though. I love it. And you mentioned that all of you are married. You all have spouses. And I did see the show dedicated to fathers for Father's Day, where you brought the husbands were on and they actually took over. Tanisha, how has the support of your spouse been in this endeavor?
Well, he always feels like I should be on TV and comedic. He sees all that crazy side of me. So for Reese to give me the opportunity to really pursue something I love doing, and that is to laugh, to make people feel engaged. So he's always supportive. He's actually more of a critic than myself and Reese. I tell her that my husband literally stops watches because he's so detailed. He's more detailed about my vision and my dreams than me sometimes. So he's very supportive, especially that first show. I thought we were watching basketball. He was literally stopping it, doing the play again. So detailed. So it's good to have a real partner that supports your dreams, supports your visions. And so we do talk about relationships a lot here on the show. And like you said, even the Father's Day special, all the men were not husbands. One was a single dad. So we're able to really captivate, hopefully, an entire community. Yeah. So that's what I really like. That's unique about this platform.
I love that. What about you, Lisa? What does that support look like from your spouse?
Oh, well, he's great. He's just, he's a type of person that he doesn't really like to be out front, so having his wife kind of be out there, they say opposites attract, and we were really opposite. He just kind of like, he's real chill. He'll give me feedback and say, oh, man, that was nice or whatever, but he doesn't get into a lot, but he just pushes me from the back. And I was going to mention
mine is opposite. He stop, rewind, big screen in the living room. I'm like, do I hear myself? Yeah, I do. So he loves all both of my co-hosts. It's a lot. Yeah. What are y'all wearing? All that. So he's gonna be like the fourth member. Reese doesn't know that yet, but
and it's funny because, like Tanisha was saying, a lot of people thought that the Father's Day show, those were our spouses.
Right.
I had people coming up to me like, "And your husband, which one was yours?" None of them. They did such a good job.
Oh, wow. I love that. What about you, Patricia? The support aspect.
My husband is very supportive, but he's very blunt like me. So he'd be like the pictures we took and I had the pink lipstick on. He said, why you got that pink lipstick on looking like Play-Doh on your lips? He then husband, why your face looking like that? You need to fix your face. Your stomach was showing now. You should put that on. That's my husband. That's my husband.
But but again, it always goes back to support, right? You have to support
Right.
others, yourselves, your husbands, right? And we're making this work, and you're following the vision of Reese. That's an amazing, amazing vision, and again, you all are doing a fantastic job. This is fun, but it's work, right? And we have to be consistent with it. What does that prep look like for you all? Because you all cover so many different topics when you're in your different episodes. What does that prep time look like for each of you, right? Learning the information, getting your clothes together, getting the lighting together, the set together. What does that look like?
What's up, everybody? Christopher Martin, the Fashion Plate, and you are watching The Michael Finkley Show. You dig?
Welcome to Father to Father.
The mission of Father to Father, Charleston, South Carolina, is to help fathers in the Low Country area of South Carolina to be a positive and consistent presence in their children's lives. Father to Father provides community-based programs and support groups for fathers free of charge. They also help fathers connect to other resources they need so they can meet their responsibilities and secure their parental rights. Father to Father offers job coaching and employment connections that benefit fathers. Father to Father is a resource for local organizations that want to provide family support and father-friendly services. If this program is a fit for you, visit our location in North Charleston, South Carolina, and meet our friendly staff here to help and assist. Or visit our website at fathertofatherinc.org. And not only do you do this, y'all are career women. Y'all have 9-to-5s too. So Lisa, how do you manage doing the show, your 9-to-5, family? What does that look like for you on a daily basis?
Oh, Michael, it's stressful. I think out of the three of us, this is more of a challenge for me because I've never done anything like this. But it is just, it brings such joy to me. Just being around these ladies and, seeing what topics we're going to be talking about that day. It just gets me excited, and it's just really a real thing. It really is. Along with, what I do during the day, and having a family. My kids are sort of grown, so it makes it a little bit better, a little bit easier on me, but it's stressful. It's stressful, just multitasking.
Yeah, I get it. I definitely get it. What about you, Patricia?
Oh, child. Being a nurse, have you seen the world? We got flu, monkeypox, COVID,
Everything.
what's next? Swine flu coming back, Ebola. I don't know at this point.
Yeah.
So yes, very challenging for me being a nurse, working long hours, and then still making time for the show. But here I am doing it. Absolutely.
Yeah, Tanisha.
Hey, look, as you can see, I consider myself a master of balance. Tonight was a very fluke moment where something bled into something else, but I've mastered it a little bit over the few years. But it can be stressful, but you have to be intentional. So if it's something you really want to do, if it be health, wellness, I talk about managing, prioritizing what's important to you. So this is important to me. So I always make it at the forefront of my mind. I knew we're filming today, so I always prepare. So I'm big on that. I kind of learned that skill, but sometimes I have a few moments where certain things kind of lead into others, but I'm human. And you need to have grace with yourself. So those are things that I've learned over the years of just doing multiple things, and also knowing when to cut something out. Because you always want to give your best. So that is kind of where I am in my life now, is if I can't give my best, then I need to step back. So, but that's something I've learned over time. But you saw tonight with a little off schedule, but I'm pretty detailed. So
I gotcha. Life happens, right?
It does.
Life happens.
It does.
But I love the way that you all hustle, right? You hustle and getting things done, because at the end of the day, again, you're doing this for yourselves. You're doing this for the people that watch. right? And you're doing something fantastic. Now let's get down to nitty gritty. Anybody can answer this question too, right? This is fun, but it's work, right? And we have to be consistent with it. What does that prep look like for you all? Because you all cover so many different topics when you're in your different episodes. What does that prep time look like for each of you, right? And learning the information, getting your clothes together, getting the lighting together, the set together. What does that look like?
Well, for me, it's me practicing talk. I have to actually practice what I'm gonna say. Okay. And then I got an eye problem. My husband always say that, well, what you be looking at? Like what's going on? So I literally have to record myself, record my answers. Like, okay, look at the camera. Don't be looking everywhere but the camera. Because my eyes get to wandering. So that's kind of how I prepare for the show. If it's something that I have to do research on, like sometimes she give us topics that we have to go do some, a little research on, a little back history, so we'll be able to talk about it on the show. I'll go ahead and knock that out. And then as far as my wardrobe, I just try on 50 little outfits till I'm satisfied with the one that looks the best. Then I put the makeup on and out the door. And like we mentioned earlier, we're a one-woman show. So actually our producer is the one that set up our background, our lighting, everything. She takes care of that for us.
And it's beautiful set.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It
Yeah.
really, really is. I'm just like, I have to take some corners from them. Some good stuff. What are some of the things that you all have learned in this journey of social media talk showing?
Yeah, that's a big thing for me, Michael. I'm gonna be honest with you, because like when we talk about prep and that kind of thing, it's like, for me, it's like really studying, studying the topics. Social media is not my favorite thing, but I mean, a lot of things are trending and that kind of thing. So I have to go on and actually study and see what's going on with these topics and really kind of grind. I start from the time we get it until the time I get here. And as far as like fashion, that's one of my favorite things in the world. I like dressing up. I like getting giddy. So that's one of my favorite parts of it. So that's not hard.
I love it. I love it. And I have many influences in the entertainment world, talk show hosts, entertainment world, ranging from Oprah Winfrey to Phil Donahue and Montel Williams and all these different great individuals that paved the way. I am literally a junkie when it comes to daytime television, because I want to learn something new and improve my skills. Who are some of your influences, if you have any?
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because another interview we had a few weeks ago, I mentioned Oprah Winfrey and news anchors growing up. My undergrad is in broadcast journalism. So when I was younger, I would mute the television and have captions. And that was my teleprompter at age 9 and 10 years old. So I would look up to Oprah Winfrey at that time, but also, like you said, just learning the craft, studying, like Patricia said, literally looking in the mirror, looking at your facial expressions. It takes studying, it takes prep, it takes work. And so a lot of people understand, yes, it takes a little bit of talent, but to perfect and really refine yourself, it's a study, it's an art. So I definitely idolize, Oprah, of course, The Real. I love Tamar. I was Team Tamar. But I love people who have personality and it can shine through, the television, or in this case, the computer.
There you go. Oh,
I like that. Yeah, The Real as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you have these different ladies, kind of like us, that you kind of would get to a point where you identified more with one than the other. But it was just, they just blended so well, and I'm like, man, that's cool, And so for us to have, this going on, it sort of kind of puts me in a little dream state. It really does.
I got
Well,
you.
mine is Oprah and Montel. I don't know something about Montel. Yeah, he was fine. Maybe that's why I was tuned in. Something about that bald head, baby. I don't know. But I was in a trance. I'm like, when I get on, I'm going to that show.
Yeah, what we talking about?
And he just articulated so well, like he was well presented. So I was really in love with Montel. And I also love Oprah too, because I feel like she overcame a lot. Like she was told no, she wasn't ready for daytime television, and look how far she got it right. So I always idolized her as well.
Yes, I hear you. I love me some Oprah. I'm that person where I look back at, because season 25 was my greatest season for her. And I'll look back and look at some of the shows and I get ideas from like how to transition, the transitions of it all, and graphics and stuff. And my graphics person's like, can you just stick to one thing, please? I'm like, no, I want to be different. I want to be different. So I definitely understand what you're saying. So what's next for the life? What is next? What can we see going in the future as we watch future shows?
Well, we have a lot of great things coming up. As you see, our first season is coming to an end really swiftly. So we've done a lot in the first season. We are going to start implementing guests. So we have amazing women who are about to set the stage, from sports to fashion to real estate. We have some great people coming that are doing it big. So this is not only a platform for us, but to also uplift other people that are doing it big. So we're excited about that. We'll be doing something co-ed with the guys. We'll bring them back soon. So stay tuned. We got to bring them back. They said some stuff we got to correct. And we just look forward to season 2. We have a lot in store. So
we're going to be going out and touching our community a little bit more as well, getting out from the set and, being out in the community and maybe doing some things where we can kind of relate with our audience and maybe just actually tangibly touch them, So I'm excited about that.
And I'm gonna go ahead and claim our primetime spot on TV.
Hey.
So I can tell my mama I made it.
Listen, okay. I'll come on after y'all. Listen.
right
after y'all. Don't buy. Listen.
We gonna claim it for the both of us. We gonna speak that thing on into existence.
In Jesus' name. Yes, I love it. So I must say this: that this is our season 5 here at the Michael Finkley Show.
Congrats.
Thank you so much, and we're just so excited. We have the new look and the new set, and we're just learning so much as we go along. And I was even able, just like you all have an amazing theme song. And I'm like, I want a theme song too. So I was able to write and sing my own theme song this season. And we're just talking about dreams, right? Just pursuing our dreams and encouraging others to pursue their dreams. I want to hear from each of you. What is your next biggest dream?
Tanisha. My next biggest dream is to become a famous writer. I love writing. I've always had a passion for writing since I was 12 years old. So I'm going to claim one of them books fall in the hand of Tyler Perry. Maybe not Tyler Perry. I'm a little too good for Tyler Perry. Maybe 50 Cent.
That's perfect. You gotta watch it.
Maybe 50 Cent. Maybe it falls into the hands of one of them. And we're going to see that thing come through as a movie.
Well, I stated before, I want to do some literary work as well. Maybe do some writing, a book or something. Put something out there, a pamphlet. It doesn't matter. I have a segment on here called Letters to Lisa where people will write in. I want to kind of delve into that some more and get better with that. And I don't know, maybe a few more projects, private projects that I'm working on. Yeah.
Okay. Since you said dream, that means something that I see beyond myself, right? See something supernatural. So for me, I really see myself traveling internationally. Africa has been on my mind for about 30 days in regards to health and wellness awareness for our people across the world. So I'm really praying about that. I plan to be in Africa next year, and not just for vacation, but really touching the people there and bringing some awareness to health. And I'm author as well, but I want to really dive into that third world type of situation, going beyond the US. So that's a dream of mine.
Make them come true.
Yes, they will. They shall
come true. The world is waiting to see what that looks like, and I know you're gonna bring it all back to life. Oh my word. How can the Fink fam follow the life on social media, and also give us your website as well?
All right, you can follow us on all social media platforms at The Life Daytime. You can follow me personally at The Realist Patricia, and that's REALIST Patricia.
And I'm the Lily Laughs on IG and Lisa Cook on Facebook.
And I am Extreme Life with Tanisha. That's with the X. And I'm Tanisha Craig Stewart on all social media platforms.
All right. Think Fam, you heard it here. Tanisha, Lisa, Patricia, The Life Daytime Talk Show. Thank y'all for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're so awesome. They're awesome. Y'all go watch them. Go watch them, y'all. Think Fam, don't you dare go away. Back in a moment.
What's up, everybody? This is Ryan Toby. You know me from Sister Act 2, Mr. Oh Happy Day, and the hit R&B group City High. I'm welcoming everybody to join and tune into the Michael Finkley Show. Don't forget to subscribe.
CTR Media Network was created for today's podcasters. We provide a safe haven for content creators that are everyday people doing extraordinary things. We have a system of positioning, monetization training, coaching, and support for our podcasters' success. CTR Media Network simply bridges that gap with a level playing field for your dreams to come true cost effectively. Our team provides a premium service and experience for our podcasters to grow. CTR Media Network provides access, support, resources, coaching, and community for our podcasters to win, if you put in the work. We believe that we are living in a unique time which requires you to share your message of hope with millions of people around the world. Remember that the world is never too saturated for you, your voice and message. A platform for positive, impactful media where the content creators are in the driver's seat. Visit our website today by going to www.ctrmedianetwork.com.
So this is your Louisiana girl, Denise Boutte, coming at you on the Michael Finkley Show. And you guys may know me from Why Did I Get Married as the really sweet girl, Trina, or maybe Meet the Browns and Sasha. But I'm coming at you guys from the great state of California, but originally from Louisiana, because you know I can't lose that Southern girl, baby. All right, you guys stay tuned to Michael Finkley.
The Homeschooling Interactive Magazine is a magazine that embraces and celebrates the entire homeschooling experience. Our magazine is different from all the rest because we provide beneficial information and assistance in homeschooling, business, wellness, mental health, resources, and life. We encourage you to pick up a copy of our magazine today on Amazon.com by simply searching the Homeschooling Interactive Magazine. The Homeschooling Interactive Magazine is all about impacting the world through home-based learning, helping to de-stress the homeschooling experience. Get your copy from Amazon today.
So I call myself a career strategist because I help you create those strategies to be able to move forward in your career.
Okay, wonderful. Now, I was reading your bio and I see that you are an elder in the Full Gospel Baptist Church. Now, come on, talk to me about that.
Yes, ma'am, I am. I am an ordained elder in the Full Gospel Baptist Church Fellowship International. And so I am also, of course, I'm an elder there, elder in my church. And at my church, I am responsible for Christian education and all the people ministries. I'm the director of all the people ministries like women's ministry, men's ministry, your couples, your singles, your golden agers, those kinds of things. So Christian education and all the people who take Christian education I'm leading those areas in my church as well.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I read that. I was like, oh boy. Okay. It's quite impressive. Quite impressive. Now, and you're also a former faculty member or instructor, professor with Chapel Hill. Am I correct?
Oh, come on now. I'm a state girl.
I stand corrected.
I get it right. Now, you know, we're adamant about that in
the University of North Carolina.
No, North Carolina State University. That's me.
Oh,
I'm Wolfpack. They're calling me a real Wolfpack.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna let you tell about that.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody that when you know North Carolina, you know that the biggest rivalry in college athletics is North Carolina State University and University of North Carolina. But we all love each other. We all love each other. But yes, I am a faculty member at North Carolina State University, the College of Education. I'm also a consultant for the College of Engineering. Actually, one of the reasons why I'm a career strategist today is because of some of the things I saw at NC State amongst women who were trying to move forward in their careers. And before I retired, I was a senior vice president for all 58 community colleges in our state. I was over all the technology, the systems, the data, distance learning, all the things that made, the community colleges work that was non-academic. The technology piece of it was my responsibility. And in those two particular positions, I saw where so many women were not able to move up in their careers where they were. They had to move out and then come back in. But I saw there was a lack there. And I saw there wasn't a lot of people who helped others to move forward in their career. There were people who helped you to get jobs, but when you have a career, you want it to be something that you really love and enjoy doing. You want to be able to get out of bed every morning and really love that. So that's one of those two jobs together kind of really made me want to, when I retired, go down in that road of being a career strategist.
Excellent, excellent. And so the community college system, to me, I feel is just so important.
Ooh.
I just feel that so many people get that good foundation that they maybe missed in high school, a bit of it, and they have a chance to go to the community colleges and get a stronger, firm foundation before they enter into a 4-year.
Mm-hmm. Actually, so I'm sorry, go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
So just kind of walk us through, how, what did you see working with students who are coming in fresh out of high school, or maybe years later returning to the workforce and coming into the community college system? How did that work? What kind of things did you see?
Well, North Carolina, a lot of people don't know this, but North Carolina has the third largest community college system in the world. So our community college system in North Carolina is only smaller than Texas and California. And so North Carolina has 58 community colleges. Every citizen in North Carolina is 30 minutes or 30 miles from a system of higher education, whether that's 4-year or 2-year. And so the community colleges in North Carolina are structured just a little bit different. So yes, we have people coming out of high school that want to go straight into community college, and they can go 2 different ways. They can either do a college transfer, which means they'll do their first 2 years at a community college and then transfer to one of the 16 public universities, one of them being NC State, Chapel Hill, as we've talked about earlier. Or they can come in and get an associate's degree. Or as you described, Constance, they may have worked for a while and then they'll want to come back and get a different degree or a different career. They come back and they want to gain other credentials so they can do something different. Or it could be continuing education, meaning, I want to learn more what to do with my finances, so we literally help people in every area of their life. I'm a trustee here at Wake Tech Community College. I enjoy being a trustee there. I'm appointed by the Wake County Commissioners as a trustee to Wake Technical Community College. And Wake Technical Community College is the largest community college in North Carolina. And we work with students in every single area of their life. I don't get to work with students per se because I'm a trustee, but the community colleges across our state work with people in every area of their life almost.
Wow. Now that is something that I did not know about the state of North Carolina. That is just totally interesting. So it tells me that the system was planned very well.
Oh, yes.
Where each student is at least 30 minutes away from getting the education, 30 miles away from what they need to better themselves.
Yes, exactly.
And so the next question I have, and then we're going to go on to career strategies.
Okay.
So as far as, they have the availability of the educational centers close by them. What about financial resources?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, again, at every institution, whether you're talking about a community college or whether you're talking about a 4-year institution, I, have my hands in both of them. There are always people on campus who can help with financial resources. Now, you know how you have your normal things like your Pell Grants, your financial aid, those sorts of things. But there are also other types of scholarships that a lot of people, a lot of students don't realize. One thing, I tell students all the time, or not all the time, I tell students that I have, that I have communication with, is that make sure that once you get accepted, in addition to applying for financial aid, like the normal route that we have to do, then also ask them, are there any specific financial aid for African American women? Or for my son, my mother died of a disease called ataxia. And there are specific scholarships for students who are heirs of people who died from that disease. So yeah, I mean, I didn't know it either until, I started looking. And so there are a lot of scholarships that may not be a part of the financial aid package, but that's where your research comes in. That's where your research comes in. And I tell people sometimes if you can't do that research or you don't know how, there are some people out there who it's their business to help you find scholarships other than the ones that, you may get in a normal financial aid package. They may not be listed there. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. So I need to get you back to talk about educational planning and that kind of stuff. So let's go into career strategy.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I can say for myself, 30 years ago, when I entered into leadership, there were no mentors. Everything was trial by fire.
Yes.
There were no training programs. We did not have the internet. So we didn't have Zoom and SkillPath and all these lovely things we have now.
Yeah.
And so really, I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but there was really no one available to help me structure a progression. So, I did some research and some things I knew, okay, well, of course you got to get a higher degree. I knew that, so I did that. But as far as different things that I needed to do. So what I did was I volunteered for special projects. If they had special projects coming up and there was no financial incentive attached to it, I didn't care. That was my way of finding out things and learning things. And then networking at the same time, trying to find a mentor.
Yes.
And so when is it best, or when should an individual start planning their career advancement?
That is an excellent question. And I will tell you, as soon as you get your first job. Now, whether that first job is when you are 25, 26 coming out of college, or whether that first professional job is if you're 50 years old, it doesn't matter. But when you get that first job, that's when you should start your career advancement. So many people, I see people coming into jobs and they come in with a great entrance plan, meaning I've got my new job. I'm loving this job. I went to school, I got my degree, I'm really liking this and everything. And so many people think that once you graduate college, regardless of when you graduate, that once you graduate college, that your career strategy ends. Well, that's really where it begins. Because most of the time, and I don't know about you, but when I was in college, I was a math major. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. And most of us don't, And so I graduated NC State. I had a degree in mathematics. I literally had a bad relationship, didn't really know what to do next. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go to grad school. This way I don't have to worry about dealing with that man. Let me just go. Let me just go on to grad school. So I went to grad school. I learned a little bit more about careers in grad school, but still I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So when I graduated, I got my master's in math and statistics, and then I got my first job. And I didn't know what I didn't know. And like you said, there were not mentors. There were not those people. Fortunately, my first job, I did have someone who acted as a sponsor for me. I'll talk about that a little bit later if we have time. But I didn't have someone to guide me through a process of career strategy. So I tell people today that if you're coming into a job, when you come into the job, one of the first strategies that you should do is you have your entrance plan coming in, but you should also have an exit strategy. You come in with an entrance strategy, learning, growing, knowing everything that you can for that particular job, but your exit strategy helps you to move forward with a career. Your entrance strategy gives you a job and you work that job that you're on. But when you start that very first day or give yourself a week or so into your new job, you should be asking yourself, what is it that I want to do next? Where do I want to go next? And if it takes you longer, however much time it takes you to do that, and then when you're doing that, you should ask yourself, okay, if my next place that I want to be is manager, whether it's there or whether it's in some other place, what do I need to learn on this job so that I can begin to get the skills, the competencies, whatever it is necessary, that's such that when someone picks up my resume, they'll know that I can do the job, the next job that I want to do. So many times we enter into a job and we do a great job where we are, but we're not preparing ourselves for the next. And so that's what the strategy is all about. Because when you work with a career strategist, then that person helps you not only look at where you are now, but look at where you're going, and then helps you to plan and do some specific things to help you plan out where it is that you want to go next and how you're going to get there.
Okay, great. And you're right. When you first come out of college, I know for the first 4 or 5 years, I had no clue what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to work someplace. So I didn't know. And like you said, you don't know what you know. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what things were available to me as far as job options. Mm-hmm. So, I was just out there taking a job here, taking a job there until I found something, that I really liked and what I wanted to do and enjoyed doing. Mm-hmm. And so the career planning, it has to start from day one. I agree with that. Yeah. But what about for someone who maybe midlife has a career change? Mm-hmm. And so they have gone back, they've gotten a different degree or some additional training or whatever, and they're looking for a career change. How does that person approach career planning? Because they probably still have 20 more years to work.
Right. So if you have gotten so say that, and I'll give you a particular example. So my neighbor across the street, she had been a teacher for at least 20 years. She taught 9th grade mathematics for about 20 years. And then as she began to teach mathematics, she realized that she had a nurturing. She loved nurturing. She loved taking care of people. So her change, and she was probably around 43, 44 when this happened, because our sons are best friends, and they were around the same, they're the same age. And so that's how we communicate all the time with each other. But she came to me and she said, Sandra, you know what I think I want to do? And I said, what? She says, I want to be a nurse. And I was like, wow. Now that's going to mean going back to school, and you're not going to be able to use any of the things in terms of the college courses. You're not going to be able to use any of those college courses that you had to be able to put those towards nursing school. So she knew that. So she went back, she found the right program for her. She wanted the program to be online because she didn't want to, have to stop teaching because she needed to have income coming in. So she found the right program for her and everything. And so she did that. She got her nursing degree. And now she's working on her master's in nursing. And she actually has changed careers. She's no longer a teacher. And now she is actually over a nursing squad there at one of our hospitals. So the thing about it is that when you change careers midlife, you have to, number one, be ready to determine, do I need to go back to school? Do I need to get certain certifications? Or questions that you have to ask yourself. And if the question to any of these things that you might need, like certifications, like degrees, there are different kinds of impact they're going to have. Because if you need certification degrees, you've already talked about that earlier, your finances are going to get impacted. So are your finances ready for that? Do you have the time to go back to school? Does going back to school or going whatever kind of education it is, how is that going to impact your family? You got to put all of that into consideration, because you don't want to start down a path that you're not going to finish. Okay. And so you got to take all that into consideration. So if you're midlife, when I say midlife, because I'm past midlife, I'm 59. So I'm on the other side of midlife, right? And so when you get to that point, you really have to ask yourself, not do I just want to change careers, but how is making this change going to impact every other area of my life? And if it's a positive thing and you're ready to do it, then move forward, take the classes, get the degree, that sort of thing. And then everything else that we've talked about earlier still holds. When you when you make that change, like my friend, she made that change into nursing. She knew she did not want to be a floor nurse forever. Nothing wrong with that, but she knew that's not where she wanted to stay. So she did what she needed to be able to do. She took some additional classes once she became a nurse. She did some additional things, and now she manages nurses. So, you know, whenever you want to move forward in a degree, like in a career, like I said, you have to have that entrance in, but then also that exit plan to get to your next step. Exit doesn't mean that you're going to leave the career completely. Exit means that I've got to get to my next step, and what am I going to do? So midlife is going from one career to another in midlife. There's no difference in that than any other. It's just at the age that you are, and you have to take other things into consideration other than just going to school.
Yes. And, you know, I look at it, I know for myself, every job that I have had, it was a stepping stone.
Yes.
And it was preparation for what I do now.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, my very first job, I worked during the Christmas holidays at JCPenney's, wrapping gifts. I hated that job. I do not like wrapping gifts to this day. When they came out, the person that invented the gift bags, he's my hero. He or she is my hero, okay? And so they moved me from wrapping gifts and moved me into the hardware department selling fishing gear. I love to fish.
Oh,
so that worked out well for me. Plus, you got a commission, and I loved it.
Oh, wow.
I loved it. I could talk to them about the equipment. I could talk to men and women about all, and they would look at me like, well, how do you know? Well, I've been fishing since I was 3 years old. Oh, wow. And I could tell them all these things. And so it was a stepping stone.
Cool.
That piece there brought out the salesman part of me, but also the interaction part of me of being able to interact. So then years later, I went into teaching. And then when I left teaching and went into nursing, teaching is still there because nurses, we educate.
There you go.
So it's a stepping, everything that you do in like every job. I tell young people this all the time. Treat it with importance because it is. It's preparing you for something better.
Yes.
It is preparing you for something better.
And that's like that entrance exit we were just talking about earlier.
Exactly.
It's a ladder, entrance, exit. I mean, everything counts. Some people think, well, you know, I did this job way back here, it doesn't count, but you learn something from that job that's going to help you in a future, of your career.
Yes. So what advice or what tips do you have for someone in a place of stuck in their career? They feel like they're stuck.
Wow. Well, you know, I wrote them down. I didn't want to forget these. I wanted specifically to share. So I've given one already, and that is the entrance exit plan. You know, so many times we enter into a job and we enter it like we're going to stay there forever. But and so this kind of goes into number two. And number two is to document, whether you do it on your computer, whether you have a notebook and you document it there, whatever you do, but document your lessons learned. Every time you do something, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, whether it's a negative experience or a positive experience, document it. You talked about earlier networking. You know, that is something that is so